Mr. President, High Commissioner, Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen. Since the last meeting of this Council, we have witnessed a surge in military conflicts, not seen since World War II, and with it, a deterioration of the global human rights situation. Russia has been waging its illegal war of aggression against Ukraine for more than 2 years now. We are witnessing a proliferation of armed coups and conflicts in the Sahel, and Hamas' terrorist attack last October have brought a new dimension of devastation to the Middle East. The work of the Human Rights Council has never been more important or more pressing. Ladies and gentlemen, on October the 7th, Hamas committed unimaginable acts of slaughter, torture, and sexual violence against innocent Israelis. Today, more than 140 days later, innocent hostages are still being held captive in Gaza. That is why the international community must continue to resolutely condemn terrorism, demand the immediate release of all hostages, and stand up firmly against anti-Semitism in all its forms. Israel has the right to defend its people, but at the same time, much more needs to be done to protect civilians in Gaza. Every civilian life lost is one too many. And not enough humanitarian assistance is reaching the people in need of food, shelter, and medical aid. To bring humanitarian aid in and the hostages out, we need an immediate humanitarian pause leading to a sustainable ceasefire. Even closer to our borders in Austria, Ukrainians continue to be denied their basic human rights and sovereignty. Since day one of Russia's invasion, Austria has been steadfast in its support and solidarity with Ukraine. Those who commit war crimes must be held accountable. Austria therefore fully supports the efforts of the ICC, the Commission of Inquiry here in Vienna, and the OSCE Moscow mechanism. There can be no peace without justice. Ladies and gentlemen, beyond the headlines of Gaza and Ukraine, we should be deeply concerned about the alarming humanitarian situation in places such as Afghanistan, Iran, Yemen, or Sudan. In Afghanistan, the erosion of women's rights and exclusion from public life are totally unacceptable. And in Iran, young people, especially women, are fighting every day for their rights. Their desperate cause of freedom are being met with repression and violence. Let me be very clear. Women's rights and gender equality are central to Austria's human rights and foreign policy. Women and girls must always be able to participate freely in all areas of public and private life, without threat of violence, reprisal, or intimidation. Excellencies, complacency is not an option. Protecting and defending human rights is never a done deal, especially as we found ourselves in the midst of a systemic competition where certain actors fan the flames of hatred, undermine the principles of international law, and question the universality of human rights. This poses a fundamental threat to us all. Barely 13% of countries worldwide are still fully fledged democracies. We are a minority, and we have to be willing to fight for our way of life. Human rights are the foundation of free societies and thriving communities, and we must stand united to protect them. Without human rights for all, there can be no lasting peace, no long-term security, and no sustainable development. Austria has, and always will be, a champion of the international human rights system. Thank you.